Yeah, the rodeo's not far off, not with the Western Heritage Parade and Cattle Drive taking place today. But keep Bevo and crew away for a few more hours as the Spurs are home tonight for the final time before their rodeo road trip as they take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Scott Brooks, the head coach of the Thunder, the NBA's top team at 18-4, an impressive 9-3 on the road. As the Spurs come in at 15-9, the Spurs, the best home record in the league at 12-1, losing only to Sacramento. Here's a look at that Thunder starting lineup. Daquan Cook, Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, Kendrick Perkins, and Kevin Durant. And yeah, Durant and Westbrook and Harden off the bench get all the pub, but Ibaka had a franchise record 10 blocks against Dallas earlier this week.
Yeah, he's a baby Akeem Olajuwon in my opinion. Doesn't have quite the offensive game, but defensively, he's a monster underneath, very intimidating in the paint area.
And if you caught Pop on the pregame show here at Kim's 5, he talked about we've all got our theories on how to control Kevin Durant. He goes, none of them work.
None of them work.
He said, but we'll just see what kind of mess we can throw out there tonight. And I guess the point is you want to keep him off balance or make him earn them. Kawhi Leonard, the rookie, got a good taste of him the first go-around, even though Durant had 20. Leonard was not intimidated by him. Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, DeJuan Blair, and Richard Jefferson, the rest of the starting five.
Well, DeJuan Blair had one of his better games of his career against this Oklahoma City ball club, so he can draw upon some of those memories, and hopefully he can have a good outing tonight.
Tim, Duncan, Tony gathering around here. And one thing you never know with this bunch, who will lead them in scoring? I mean, the Spurs, they have depth this year. We've had young guys that have come off the bench and led them. And Oklahoma City, their situation, just 3 players have led the team in scoring. That's the fewest in the NBA. The Spurs have had 9 different players.
Well, when you have a guy, you have a guy like Kevin Durant on your ball club, he's going to lead the team in scoring 80-90% of the time. Then you're going to have those nights when Westbrook gets hot, or then where Harden gets hot. And, outside of those 3 guys, they don't have big-time scorers on their team.
And they have very little inside, reliable, consistent scoring. But I guess they counter that with their athleticism, their terrific defense, and then you've got Ibaka and Perkins to add some toughness and shot blocking ability inside defensively.
Yeah, I would say that they don't have inside scoring, traditional inside scoring. We have a big man who's going to pound with his back to the basket. But you have guys that score in the paint like Durant because he can put the ball on the floor, penetrate. He's a terrific athlete. Same for Russell Westbrook. Those 2 guys, now let me tell you, Blake Griffin has had some monster dunks this year. Those 2 aren't far behind.
No, they don't live in Los Angeles, so they don't get some of the glitter.
That's right.
Spurs win the tap. Jefferson with it out front. Cook is on him to Tony Parker. Tim will have Ibaka, the leaper, to contend with. Back to Jefferson, 5 on the shot clock. They're not going to leave him. They double team him. Duncan has to fire off the iron, and Westbrook comes crashing the boards. That's another thing that Westbrook can do. Averages just under 5 rebounds a game, 8th in the league in scoring at 21.8.
Yeah, terrific rebounder at that guard spot, no question about it.
And he knocks down the jumper here, and OKC takes the early lead. Westbrook last night, 21 points, 7 assists in the win against Memphis. They won 101-94, dominated in the 4th quarter, 32-17. Blair counters the other way. The pop the shot look, ties it at 2.
A great assist from Tony Parker, only 6 more away from the franchise record. It's nice to know that he can count on DeJuan Blair making that first shot of the ball game.
Avery Johnson, 4,474 assists, the all-time leader for the Spurs. And Tony, as we mentioned, a chance, and in fact, if he doesn't get it, it's hard to imagine the team winning tonight.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, just the way he's been playing, scoring, knowing when to hand the ball off.
Yeah, he's got to set the table for everybody else. And you can already see Kendrick Perkins already in a bad mood.
He's already barking.
He's already chippy.
When the ball is tipped up, he refuses to smile.
Yeah.
Now afterwards, he's probably fine, but he has the game face, as they say. Yeah.
Maybe. I've never seen Kendrick Perkins smile. It's a perpetual scowl.
Parker, Blair, blocked by Ibaka, and then taken away by Oklahoma City.
You got to get tricky with Ibaka. You just can't put the ball up in his face.
2-2, 10:25 to go. First quarter, just underway as Perkins battles his way inside, and he's called for the offensive foul on Kendrick Perkins. He is a Texas in high school.
Well, that's his second elbow he's thrown tonight, and this one he gets caught. But first off, that's a wraparound, and then he throws an elbow right to the chops of Timmy. You watch this right there. And he's just in a bad mood already. I mean, he got dunked on. That had to be 3 days ago. Get over it.
So Perkins, 2 quick fouls in the first 140. He exits, and former Spur Nazir Mohammed comes in to work on Tim Duncan now. Kawhi Leonard, Jefferson over Durant. Comes off the hands of Juwan Blair on the hard rebound and back to OKC.
Nazir Mohammed is serviceable in the paint area, but he's not the big bruiser that Kendrick Perkins is. It's a little bit of a drop-off defensively. It's an excellent opportunity for Timmy to get some points in the paint.
Ibaka looking down, to say the least, with that dunk. Woo.
So it's be safe to say that they have a few athletes on this team.
And Ibaka, just 22 years old, out of the Republic of Congo. Westbrook, 23. Durant, 23. They both signed long-term deals. Throw in the old men like Cephalosha, 27. Jefferson, and there again, the presence of Ibaka. Westbrook. Leonard fights and wins the rebound battle here. Kawhi pushing on the break here. Taken to the hole. Up. Oh, he couldn't quite finish, and Westbrook off to the races the other way.
Oh, shades of Julius Erving right there. That would have been electric.
Durant. Kevin Durant is always pumped to come back here after his lone great year at the University of Texas. Still spends a lot of time in the offseason in Austin.
I'm sure he bought a ton of tickets for tonight's ball game.
Duncan knocks down the jumper for the Spurs at 6-4.
I like Timmy's energy already. I like the way he's playing with his back to the basket. Now he's mixing it up by stepping outside, shooting that 15-footer.
Timmy coming off 19-9 against New Orleans, just 22 minutes, and 25 points against Houston the night before, as Durant draws the foul here, and it'll be on Kawhi Leonard, his first personal foul, team's first foul.
You know, Bill, Kevin Durant does stuff that you just can't teach. You know, coming off that screen there, he stops with his back to Kawhi Leonard and raises up into that jump shot. He never allows Kawhi to get around the screen and get in front of him. He knows that already. He's longer. He's more athletic than any small forward pretty much in this league, maybe save LeBron James. So once he gets you in a position where he can raise up, no one's going to get to his shot.
Let's check in now with the third member of our crew, Joe Reininger. Joe.
Yeah, guys, I thought it was interesting. Kawhi Leonard probably has the toughest job on the floor tonight, taking care of Kevin Durant. Well, Pop sent him out with a lot of confidence today. He said, quote, if he holds him under 40, I'm going to smack him right on the behind and tell him good job. And actually, Pop said a little something more colorful than that. But so if you hold him under 40, job well done, fellas.
Love it. Thanks. Jefferson with a miss, Durant the rebound. And I like the way Pop handles it because he doesn't put any pressure on him. He knows he's a 20-year-old rookie. Hey, go get him. Have some fun. Learn something.
That's exactly right. And you see Durant, terrific job as a playmaker there. As soon as Timmy steps up, he lobs that ball right over the top to Ibaka. And Ibaka's starting to show off too much here.
Ibaka, a couple of thundering dunks.
I like what you're saying, and that's exactly what I was thinking when Joe said that about taking the pressure off Kawhi Leonard. Because Kevin Durant's going to score on anybody.
Duncan, the banker, just off. Westbrook looking for help as he brings it up. Durant, 36 last night. He's had 36 plus 3 of the last 4 games. Lost the handle. Last touch by Blair or Jefferson. Let's look at that last possession, though, where Ibaka got a high percentage shot.
Well, Ibaka sets the screen, and you see Juwan Blair stepping up to stop Kevin Durant on that penetration. Timmy's locked up on his man. Durant just throws it up in the air.
Muhammad out to Durant. Kawhi crowding him there. 6 in the shot clock. Durant in the penetration. And the jump.
That might be too far out on the floor to guard him. He's not going to shoot it from 2 or 3 feet from half-court line. Space him a little bit when he takes up the space, then pick him up.
11-4 as Durant and Oklahoma City showing no effects of their tough win last night in OKC. They've got the last 6 here and lead at 11-4. they had anybody voted to the All-Star starters or not. Hey fans, you want to get the latest Spurs team updates and breaking news? Well, text Spurs to 50927. 3 to 5 messages per week. Message rates do apply. And while Tim Duncan not going to be a starter on the All-Star team this year, Kevin Durant is, as he was voted in. But Timmy, I think will welcome the rest.
I would say so, yeah.
Season.
I think he would rather spend time at home with his wife and 2 kids, with Amy and little Sydney and Draven.
Pop having a nice visit with Leon Wood. They bark at one another. Leonard, Blair, Duncan, Parker, Jefferson still on the floor here. 7:22 to go. Tony in the paint, got it. Well, we were talking during the timeout, the Spurs, to get points in the paint, are going to either get it that way or how.
They're going to have to move the defense side to side. You have an extremely athletic ball club in Oklahoma City. If you don't move the ball side to side, they're going to tee up on you. You've got to move an athletic team so they're out of position on the defensive end of the floor.
Durant's miss, Blair's rebound. Durant is at 2 of his first 4. They're 5 of 8. The Spurs have started off 3 of 11 shooting. Here is Parker. Pulls up for the jumpers. Oh, Tony trying to get it going early tonight as Parker already has 2 assists, 4 points. And the Spurs back within 3.
And he's taking it at Russell Westbrook, which is nice. Making him work on the defensive end of the floor so he doesn't have a night off.
Durant over Kawhi Leonard, 13-8.
And he's just not allowing Kawhi to get around that screen. He's so smart with his body.
Durant 21, 10, and 7 assists in the first meeting. Blair takes it right into him, and it's the foul on Dewan. Offensive foul.
And Nazir Muhammad knows how to play D, but I'm not sure he got outside the restricted area, and he didn't. That should be a block and an one. He's inside the restricted area. No secondary defender. That's a block all day.
Quan Cook can't hit. Leonard comes off for the rebound. Cook has made 33s, 39% from the arc for the 5th-year man out of Ohio State. Tony Parker over Muhammad. Rebound comes off to Oklahoma City. Once again, Durant brings it up. Gets it right back. 5:57 remaining first quarter. Westbrook from KD. Long-range shot. Punch back out, and there's Russell Westbrook.
And that's the shot you want him to take. You want him to launch long 3 balls.
Spurs harassing D.
That was all Cook.
Yep, off Cook. Spurs basketball. Spurs down 5, 13-8 here.
Great effort by Richard Jefferson here. Cook just unable to handle that save.
Westbrook picks up the foul here, and that is his first. Spurs will get it on the side. Kawhi Leonard into Tony Parker. Tony again attacks, kicks it out. Oh, a little bit off the mark to Richards. Jefferson back to Parker. He shoots the 3. Blair battling for, wins it. Parker in the paint, goes up, kicks it out. Kawhi. Jefferson again for 3. Oh, yeah, mama! There you go! It took a while, but it still counts 3.
And that's how you diffuse all the athletes, all the shot blockers. You move that ball around the horn. It's beautiful ball movement. Kawhi Leonard could have easily taken that 3. Instead, he's smart about it, gives it up to Richard Jefferson, who's a better 3-point shooter.
Jefferson at 43% on the season. Ibaka had it slapped away by Blair. Comes right back with a jump hook. Timmy, and Blair grabs onto it. Spurs could tie or take the lead. Down a pair here with Parker. Leonard wants the 3. Got the 3! And away, rookie!
He must have been listening. Like, Richard's a better 3-point shooter than me?
Wait a minute.
Well, let me show you something, old man.
I'm just getting started in my career. Ibaka steps out to show his range. Timmy claims the rebound, and out to Leonard. The Spurs, you see the franchise assist record, just 4 to go for Tony Parker to pass Avery Johnson. Tony to Duncan.
Oh, he's got to shoot that.
In the lane, goes and gets it, saves it to Leonard. 4 on the clock, Kawhi. Oh! The Aztec! Back-to-back jumpers
Oh, thank goodness. Timmy was trying to go LeBron James, Tracy McGrady. Ended up looking like Tragic Johnson on that play. But instead, he gets the ball to Kawhi Leonard out on the perimeter. Kawhi, 2 for 2.
9-0 run for the Spurs. They are on top by 4. Kawhi Leonard. You never know who's going to be the big man.
Kawhi Leonard wide open in the corner in my favorite spot. He's got to step up and take that one. Makes it, and Timmy, oh, he's trying to get tricky. It's not pretty, but he gets it out to Kawhi, and he's effective.
The way Pop drew it up, Spurs by 4. 5% has hit back-to-back threes here to give the Spurs the lead.
And how about this one here? Timmy Duncan's got to shoot this ball. Tony Parker's trying to break the assist record. But watch this. Then Nazi goes World Cup on him. Timmy goes tragic, and Kawhi's there to bail him out.
Green in the lineup for the first time, and Westbrook busts through to the bucket to get the 2, and it's 17-15 now. Russell Westbrook, 21 last night. He had 33 in their win against Dallas. Parker, Leonard, Durant out on him. Leonard, little move, got it going. And Kawhi Leonard now with 8 consecutive for the Spurs.
How about that? And that time he's taking it right at Kevin Durant. That's a beautiful spin move and finishes with almost like a little one-handed shot.
10 on the shot clock. Westbrook. And Leonard comes up with a loose one. Spurs corralled him that time. Back to Tony Parker. Parker spins. Oh my goodness, pick up the laundry. It's all over the floor.
Make sure you're wearing clean underwear. That's what my mom always used to say. Nazi Muhammad just left his on the ground.
Here's Collison, lays it off underneath Nazi. Triple team blocked by Timmy. All the way back out to Durant. Wheeling and dealing on Leonard. All the way to the hole. The scoop is good.
Wow, that's some determination right there from Kevin Durant. Using all that length to the extent and put that ball underneath Matt Bonner.
Kevin Durant's hit 4 of his first 6. 9 points, 2 boards, 2 assists. OKC within 4. Matt Bonner's come into the game along with Green. Duncan to Green. Back to Leonard. Drew the foul. Kawhi Leonard. Boy, just improved by leaps and bounds and going to the line here. And how about Tony Parker? Heck with an assist. I'll just do it myself.
Well, once he gets past Russell Westbrook, he doesn't want to give this ball back up. He senses that it's one-on-one with Nazi Muhammad, and he's licking his chops. Look at the setup there. That is a work of art, a masterpiece from Tony Parker against Nazi Muhammad.
Half dozen for Tony Parker, and Kawhi knocks down the first free throw as Pop visits with TP, and Leonard coming in averaging 7 a game, 58% free throw shooter, but not a volume shooter in any area yet. So those numbers could go up and down real quickly. And tonight he's knocked down a couple of threes already. Hits his first free throw and shooting for double figures. Man's got it.
I tell you what, remember what he said to us after the Memphis game. He's starting to find his shots in the offense, and it's nice to see the way he played against Rudy Gay. He went after him, and now he's out here going after Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he had 12 and 10 for the double-double against Memphis on Monday night. Shot won't go with Tony Parker bringing it back. Thiago in the game now for Timmy. There's Bonner, Parker, Leonard, Splitter, and Green. To Tony, to Bonner, for 3. Rebound to Nazir Mohammed. Matt Bonner 6 and 2 against New Orleans.
That's exactly what he's got to do with it. Man, he's got to keep the defense honest, spread the floor. He's going to make a few of those tonight.
And James Harden, the super sub for the Oklahoma City Thunder, does what he does, and that is get to the free throw line as he drives to the bucket. Bonner thought they might call a jump here.
I still can't get over that hair-beard combination. Matty gets a little bit of forearm.
Yeah, a lot of ball, a little bit of arm, and enough to affect it, certainly. And Harden, 86%. Remember when the Spurs played them January 8th, he hit like 42 in a row. Finally missed a few that night. Tony Parker will get a breather as coming in is Gary Neal. Neal. 7 points, 4 boards, 2 assists in the win against the New Orleans Hornets. The Spurs win them 93-81 on Thursday night. Took control in the 4th quarter of that game as the Spurs had a great effort from Tim, and also Thiago off the bench was 16. Green over Harden.
Danny was unsure what he wanted to do with the ball that time. And if you're unsure, you don't have to fire away. Just give it back to the point guard and run some offense.
Durant seems to never be unsure. Makes it 23-21. Neal is guarded by Reggie Jackson, rookie out of Boston College, in the paint. And a foul called, and Thiago will go to the free throw line here. This one's on Nazir Mohammed. If you just joined us, Kendrick Perkins got 2 quick fouls, so that pressed Mohammed into the game a little sooner than Coach Brooks would have liked. He's only playing 12 minutes a night, so we'll see what kind of gas is left in his tank.
Well, that was a great pass from Gary Neal, and of course Thiago Splitter knows how to get the shot blockers off their feet.
And Thiago to the line. This year for every fast break point the Spurs score, Break Check will donate $20 to the Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio. Break Check, Texas family owned and operated since 1968. More Texans trust their brakes to us than anybody else. Log on to BrakeCheck.com and experience a whole new, better way to service your automobile. Brake Check, we do it right. So Splitter hits the first and the second. And Thiago coming in here, averaging 9 points, 5.5 boards, 71% free throw shooter. And the Spurs lead is at 4. Durant, Leonard again, the challenge in the final minute. Stay with it. Jackson, the open 3. Oh, Collison can't control it. Thiago rips it away. 31 seconds to go in the quarter. Pop likes their 2 for 1 or not?
Not enough time now. Need about 5 more seconds on the clock.
Neal out front. Spurs by 4. Shot clock at 9. Pick and roll with Splitter. All the way across. Green. Into Thiago. 1 second. In time, but it didn't catch it. And loose ball comes off to Oklahoma City. And a kick ball. It'll be Oklahoma City ball on the side with 2.9 to go. And the former Kansas star Nick Collison to inbounds. Harden. Take the 3. And that ends the first quarter. So the Thunder coming in averaging 100 points a game, 3rd in the league. And the Spurs hold them to 21. That times 4 would be 84.
That's a nice quarter for the Spurs on both ends of the court. Do a nice job trying to contain Kevin Durant. Harden doesn't get off to a good start, and to keep Westbrook under control.
A lot of people involved early, including Kawhi Leonard with 10. Spurs lead by 4. Is brought to you by Bud Light, the sure sign of a good time. By Ford, it's Ford Truck Month and time to join the Stampede. See your Texas Ford dealer today. And by Sprite, official sponsor of refreshment, proud partner of basketball. AT&T Center, big crowd tonight as expected for the NBA's top team record-wise. Oklahoma City at 18-4. Spurs lead them by 4, 25-21 as we go to the second quarter. Glad to have you with us here on Ken's 5 tonight. Bill and Sean Ellie, Joe Reinagle. As the Spurs come out the second quarter on defense, Collison gives it to Ibaka, rather to Harden, and Harden misses the three. Rebound, Jackson. Jackson averages 3 points, a rebound, and assist a game in his first year. Not scoring their Memphis win last night. Wheels and deals inside, can't finish with the left hand.
It's over the back.
Yep, we got it. And it'll be on Collison. Nick Collison is a hard-nosed player, averages 5 points, 4 rebounds, but he sets bullish screens. He also takes a ton of charges.
Yes, he does, and he's a guy who's been a thorn in the Spurs side for a lot of years.
And Collison, he came up big up in OKC. He had 12 points, 10 boards, made 6 to 7 shots. Thiago, try to clear for him against Perkins. He's got 2 fouls. Out to Bonner. Great fake by Matt, taking it to the hole, and it's blocked inside by Perkins.
Wow, Kendrick Perkins apparently got his ego back.
Got his payback after that Griffin stuff. Cook hits the three. There is a momentum play, Sean.
Well, that's what shot blockers do. If you're a great shot blocker, all great shot blockers in this league have been dunked on, but somewhere along the line, you got to regroup, you got to get your ego in order again and go out there and go after the next one. And Kendrick Perkins showing that he can still hold down the paint.
Thiago back to Neal. Gary looking, gave up the dribble. Green inside, and Collison read it perfectly with the interception.
And he was open. He had both Thiago's man and Gary's man had Gary Neal locked up. Thiago just couldn't find the open spot.
Thiago the block. Jackson steals it right back. Perkins bobbled. And he Spurs get a break.
Well, that's one thing Perkins doesn't do, and that's play above the rim. And he doesn't have the greatest hands. Otherwise, that should have been an easy slam dunk.
Perkins came over from Boston last year in the trade for Jeff Green. Certainly he's given him some defensive presence, some toughness. Here is Neal out front. 12 in the shot clock. Neal gets by Perkins. Now gets the three. And got the bottom of the net.
What a difficult shot there. To show the defensive flair, the basketball, it's a beautiful ball fake. Lets the defense pass them in the air. It's hard to get your rhythm there and still knocks down the shot.
Here he had 18 in the first meeting with these two. Back door to Harden for the dunk from Collison.
Yeah, that's a beautiful setup from James Harden. It's terrific footwork. Starts to run like he's going to come off that screen from Collison, then cuts back door, and Collison with the perfect pass on the money.
Harden, the #1 bench scorer in the NBA at 16.5 per game. Thiago back to Bonner, open for three. Nothing but the bottom for Matt Bonner as the Red Rocket converts.
I like that 3-ball. I like Matty hitting that 3-ball. But in that situation there, Thiago Splitter's got to look to score the ball, especially when he has Collison rotating on him.
Spurs 5 of 8 from the arc tonight. Nice sign early. Collison dives on the floor, but yeah, he pushed off to get that basketball. And nothing gets by this crew of officials.
They're all over it.
Eli Rowe all over it.
Called a good game. Well, Dick Bavetta's in charge. So you know these guys are going to be on their toes. And there's Collison. How many times do you see that? A guy jumping to the floor, picking up a foul.
Neal inside, can't go there, and the Spurs pick up the foul. It's on Thiago. Dick Bavetta, been around forever and still a great ref. And boy, when he sees Sean, he comes running. I'll tell you what. Now you say he still feels bad because he made a call against you in the '99 finals.
Yeah. I gave Dick a hard time for sure, let me tell you.
And he's still literally kissing and make it up.
Yeah, he's made it up already.
Wow. There is Cook with the jumper. DeQuan Cook averages 5 a game, gets most of them from long range. And the Spurs see it cut to 2 now with the lead 31-29. Inside, a beautiful pass to Thiago for Neal.
I think Gary Neal got the memo. When he's coming off that screen and roll, Thiago Splitter is one of the best at finding the open spot. Didn't find him earlier in the ball game, finds him this time.
They swing it all the way to Cook. Another three, rattles out to Thiago Splitter. He gives off to Neal.
Can't give Daquan Cook any daylight. He's a sensational three-point shooter.
Neal, beautiful pass. Then this one is deflected as Gary threading the needle to Thiago. Gary will be the first to tell you he's not real comfortable at the point, but he's getting better at it.
That's okay. He's starting to recognize what's going on out there on the court, and already tonight, 2 terrific passes to Thiago Splitter on that screen and roll.
Let's take a look at it with the Spurs leading with a timeout by 4.
Here it is. Thiago with a nice screen, rolls to the basket. Gary Neal takes his time. Thiago gets an easy one.
Spurs up by 4 over OKC. Always more going on in the basketball, though, and here's Kimberly Crawford with more of that. Thanks, Kimberly. Truer words were never spoken. Take care of the misses. Here is Neal with it out front after the Spurs miss from Gary. They get the long rebound back. Gary can't hit here, and Perkins brings it down. Collison thought there was a charging foul miss there, letting Leon Wood know about it.
I definitely tried. He was in there in the painter waiting on Gary Neal to come down.
Harden tipped away by Bonner. Nice job defensively by Matt. And Tony Parker comes back for the Spurs. Remember, Parker, he exited, a couple of assists for Tony, 3 tonight. And Tony needing 4 more to become the all-time assist leader for the Spurs. Kawhi Leonard comes out of the game, and Pop making sure he got that substitution correct.
Yeah,
right?
How about that? Kawhi Leonard jumped up, and Pop just told him, I said DeJuan. And then Kawhi's running back, and Pop looks at him and says, what's your name?
Well, you never know, right? When you're a rookie, you're sneaking in. You want all the playing time you can get.
You try. However you can get on the court.
What's better, that you answer when they didn't talk to you, or you don't hear it when they do?
You're exactly right. You just answer all the time.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Pop up. Call Tim Duncan and pop up. Doesn't matter. Show that you're eager and willing to jump out there and get in the game.
7:39 to go in the half. Here's Green to Blair. Also Parker, Jefferson, and Thiago on the floor for the Silver and Black. Green to Jefferson. Richard give up the dribble. 7 on the shot clock. Splitter trying to create. That sweeping left-hand hook. He's called for the walk.
I didn't see that. I agree.
Thiago didn't either. How about the videotape?
One
Didn't see
dribble.
it.
Oh, I like that. That's all good. Where's the travel?
Spurs whistled for the turnover. Their 5th of the night. OKC also with 5. Harden on the drive, and his left-hand shot is good. 33-31.
Harden is so dangerous in that screen and roll. We learned that in Oklahoma City. He was sensational.
Harden's got a half dozen. Parker, Jefferson. Thiago back to RJ. Spots Blair and is fouled on the block attempt. Perkins blocked the shot. I'm not sure if the foul is on Kendrick, though.
They're calling on James Harden.
Yeah. That's too bad. That'd have been 3 on Kendrick Perkins.
I'd like to see them attack him a little bit more.
Yeah, don't you feel when Ibaka's not in the game, you've got to attack?
No question about it, because he's the only defensive presence that you have down there with Serge Ibaka on the bench. He's the only guy that's going to block shots. He's going to rebound. He's going to take up space. He's going to make it difficult for you. So the longer you can keep Serge Ibaka out of the game, and if you can somehow get Kendrick Perkins on that bench, you should have all you can eat in the paint.
Blair hits the first free throw. Durant reports back in for OKC. Durant currently 3rd in the league in scoring at 27 a game. He's at the lowest since his rookie year. What a shame, huh? Talking to Sam Presti, the general manager, of course, was here in San Antonio before the game. The Thunder GM was talking about just what an absolute delight Durant is. Said even though his game changes, it improves. He goes, his personality, his work habits are exactly the same as when he came to Seattle.
I mean, you could tell, from everything he was tweeting this summer. I don't follow guys on Twitter, but I hear. And Durant, all he would talk about was, how much time he was spending in the gym. Just finished shooting my 200-300 jumpers. Now here's a guy who is already at the elite level in this league, and he's spending all his time in the summertime in the gym. I should tell you, he's not satisfied with how far he's come. He wants to be even better.
Sam was saying he's so committed, and he said not that he wasn't, but he goes, he's also, and you forget that his age, only playing 1 year college ball, he's only 23. He said he's just figuring things out, knows where to get his shots, when to take his shots, the other parts of his game that are vastly improving. Parker, another schooling move from Tony, and the Spurs lead it by 6.
It's very tricky. Gets the entire defense thinking that he's going to throw that ball back out. They all shift, and he finds himself with a wide open look along the baseline.
8 points for Parker, along with his 3 assists. Harden drops it off to Collison. He was out of bounds. Spurs get it back on the turnover, and Duncan will come in. Dick Bavetta running traffic there at the scorer's desk and says to Scott Brooks that no, Ibaka's not allowed in. He had not reported before that whistle.
I think Pop's going to call timeout now. Get his guys a little rest and get Timmy in the game.
Pop says, all right, Scott, you owe me one. Call the timeout. I'm letting your guy in the game. Huh?
2 gray-haired guys trying to one-up each other. Oh, you're not going to let Timmy in? I'm going to call timeout then.
We'll take a break with him, 37-31. That's not a bad idea, Sean. How about a little Go Spurs Go on your head for the rodeo road trip?
You have to have hair to do that. Now we could do it with James Harden because he's just showing off with all the sculpture work he's doing, all the landscaping.
Danny Green keeps the three-point parade rolling. Spurs are 6 of 10 now from long distance. Green gives the Spurs their largest lead of 9. 7 straight for San Antonio. Durant to answer? Yep, unfortunately.
It just makes it look so easy. He scored 4 jumpers on that same play.
He's got 13, 6 of 9 shooting Kevin Durant. Parker fouled by Westbrook. Spurs ball on the side here. Fresh 20 or 14 seconds now with 5:19 to go in the half. Pop signals the play as Westbrook picks up his second.
Tony Parker with some determined drives against Russell Westbrook. He's giving them fits out there.
Green back to Timmy. Fakes on the jumper. Going for the dunk, and was that Ibaka?
Well,
no, it was Perkins again.
It was Ibaka.
Oh, Ibaka, beg your pardon.
Then he did his little Dikembe Mutombo finger wagging.
And then Ibaka is fouled underneath. Called on DeJuan Blair. So Blair picks up his second, and Serge Ibaka will go to the free throw line now. Ibaka's credited with his second block. But we got a score here tonight. The Clippers are playing Washington in Washington. I know the Clippers are good, Sean.
Yeah.
81-51 at the end of the third quarter, about a minute to go. The Clippers winning by 30. They ought to rename that team the Generals, not the Wizards.
Yeah.
I mean, boy, it is sad how far they have fallen.
Yeah, they're terrible. Well, they're young and they're immature. They don't play well together. They have no chemistry.
They got one coach fired already.
Yeah, but other than that, everything's good.
It's great to be in the nation's capital. Ibaka makes it 40-35, hitting both ends. The Spurs lead cut to 5. Here is Tony Parker. Pick and roll with Blair. And another foul on OKC. Coming out, that'll be on Ibaka. Spurs after tonight, the rodeo road trip begins with 9 straight away from home. They come back on February 29th when they'll play the Chicago Bulls. How about that for a welcome home?
Yeah. Well, it'll be nice to see Manu Ginobili. Hopefully he'll be playing by then. And TJ Ford for that matter. Yeah, both those guys back. The house should be electric.
Yeah, they should both be back, particularly Manu, sometime on that rodeo road trip. Parker can't hit the second one. Enjoy that conversation with Pop and Dick Pavetta and Kevin Durant coming over. Hey, it's a free world. Come over and listen to what you guys got to say.
They're sharing old man tales. That's what they're doing.
41-37 as OKC comes right back as Westbrook got the bucket. Parker to Timmy. Now he takes the jumper too hard, and it comes off to Durant. Shovels it inside. Ibaka missed it. Blair and oh man, a late whistle against the Spurs, and it'll be on DeJuan Blair with a push.
I was just messing with you, Dick. I didn't mean to call you old, but that reaction time was awfully slow. That was one of the latest whistles we've seen in a long time. There's the miss. DeJuan's got the rebound.
We'll listen in.
You watch this.
Wow. I know, they just want to get it right, but and that wasn't 7-second delay on satellite either, folks.
It wasn't.
No. So Ibaka to the free throw line, missing the first. Ibaka, 63% free throw shooter. He had 10 points, 5 boards in the first meeting where the Spurs lost to Oklahoma City 108-96. And he misses them both, so the ball don't lie, right?
It don't lie.
Parker. And right on the face of Westbrook.
He shoots that right over the top of Russell Westbrook. Westbrook is moving back. He's on his heels. He's not expecting Tony to throw that teardrop right over the top of him.
Tony with 11 now and 4 assists. Oh, and a near steal. Westbrook diving on the floor, still with the ball, wrestling around. And a foul on Parker as Dick Bavetta tells the Oklahoma City bench to sit down. He said loose ball foul that Tony stepped on it.
You know what, Bill? I just figured this whole thing out. I don't know what's wrong with me. Tony Parker is going after Russell Westbrook tonight. Russell Westbrook is named an all-star starter. Tony Parker is going out there with something to prove tonight. He's going after Westbrook, and Westbrook doesn't appreciate it. He's not stepping up to the challenge right now.
Here is Perkins in against Duncan. No, rebound Timmy. Outlet to Jefferson, to Parker. He's got Green. And the foul is called before the Green shot.
And look at Tony. He's huffing and puffing right now.
You're exactly right, Sean. He is as competitive a player as the Spurs have, and he always responds to a challenge.
No question about it. Westbrook is going to be named to the All-Star team as a reserve, no question about it. And Tony Parker is trying to prove that he belongs out there.
Went right at Kevin Durant, and Tony knocks down the free throw. 44-37, 3:46 to go before the half, as the Spurs lead it by 7. Tony got them both, and Parker now with 13. Tony, their leading scorer with Manu out, averaging 17.1 a game, 7.6 assists. He's number 9 in the league in that category. And he's had the pressure of being the consistent scorer in his answer with Manu out. Boy, the follow-up dunk once again in Oklahoma City. Westbrook saying, I got a lot of ways I can score.
Yeah, I thought I said that he was the most athletic point guard in the league earlier. I'm not mistaken about that one. He looked like he jumped off a trampoline.
Gave him his due. And now this shot is blocked by Westbrook against Tony.
See, there's a little battle going on between these two right now. It's getting personal. Tony Parker coming right back at Westbrook. Crosses him up there, but now Westbrook has had enough. He's trying to get interested in this ball game. He's trying to rise up to the challenge that Tony Parker's presented.
Jefferson on the inbounds. Better hustle. Oh, just in time to Tony. 8 on the shot clock here. 3:13 to go. Parker with a perimeter shot. And Tony just inside the arc. Boy, he is chatting away at Westbrook or anybody that cares to listen.
Yes, he is.
He's got 15 and a timeout OKC. And Tony, hope he's talking French.
Oh, it is French.
To Leon Wood.
Literally.
And I hope Leon doesn't understand French.
You can get away with all you want, Tony, in French. Say whatever you feel like.
Oh, how much fun is this? You got to be here to truly appreciate.
He's still barking over there.
Tony, we'll go back to the jumper.
He gets the jumper off, and you see his reaction right here. Tony Parker talking a little smack.
With Oklahoma City in town, I want to remind you folks, don't miss your chance to save up to 13% on the final games of the season. The stretch run plan starts at less than $10 a game. You can call now. Operators are standing by at 444-5050. Buy tonight and you get playoff priority seating, a pregame courtside experience, and limited edition Spurs shirt. Spurs.com or 444-5050 for all the info. And Kevin Durant back on the floor, back scoring, and out of the timeout as the Spurs see their lead at 6, 47-41. And Tony Parker drops it off to Duncan. Duncan against Perkins. A little short. Durant claims the rebound. And Durant, 15 points, 5 rebounds.
Shaking up on that last one.
Westbrook, too hard. Parker with a rebound.
And look out.
Running. And Perkins, they hustle back. Durant also.
He's going to test that transition defense to be sure.
Kawhi Leonard, they dare him. Better not! Rookie says 3 for 3, dude!
How about that? And that makes Tony Parker awfully happy. That gives him yet another assist in his battle against Westbrook tonight. And he's got to shoot that to keep the defense honest.
5 assists for Tony Parker. And the next one ties. 2 more passes Avery Johnson. Ibaka with a high hook, 50-43 now, and Serge Ibaka with 8 points, 3 rebounds, also a couple of blocks. Parker in the paint, the kick out. Bonner for 3, got it! Red Rocket, raining another 3, and the Spurs red hot from the outside tonight as Bonner makes it a 10-point game.
And it all starts with Tony Parker's penetration. The defense is behind the play.
Durant counters with a 2. 53-45. Bonner.
Basically right now, Bill, they're just running high screen and roll with Tony Parker, and everybody else get out of the way.
Wow. Kawhi Leonard fakes the 3, goes in, kicks it all the way to the other side. RJ says, I want in, and he does. Another triple. And the Spurs are 9 of 13 from the arc.
What did we talk about in the first quarter? The way we're going to defeat this defense is by moving the ball. That's how you're going to keep the athletes at bay. That's how you diffuse all the shot blockers and all the athleticism.
You know, you said also go from one side to the other. Usually you don't just do it over the top. No. But it worked.
Yeah, normally you're not throwing a ton of skip passes. But you watch here, Timmy to Matt Bonner, Kawhi with a nice penetration, and Richard Jefferson all by himself.
Jefferson takes a seat with a half dozen points now. Harden right back in the teeth of the Spurs defense. 56-45, 39 seconds to go in the half.
I promise you, that's not what Pop wants. They want to put the ball in his weak hand. Make him go to the right instead of having him come off that screen and roll to the left every time.
Almost an and one that time for Tony Parker. Spurs with a 9-point lead, 56-47, and Parker going back to the free throw line. Pop a word there with Matt Bonner as 32 seconds remain in the half, and Tony Parker has a shot at getting his average in the first half. He's got 15 points already tonight. Hey, check your old Spurs game ticket stub to see if you've received a special offer from your local Sonic. Random lucky fans will win a free buy one, get one burger offer from Sonic. To find the Sonic location nearest you, visit sonicdrivein.com. Tony can't hit the second. Durant snares the rebound. Green comes in along with Neal, Kawhi Leonard, Parker, and Duncan on defense. Westbrook inside to Ibaka. Got Tim off the ground and the foul, and he'll go to the line with 20.9 seconds to go. 57-47 as Duncan picks up his first foul. Spurs with Parker with 16, Leonard with 13, hitting 3 threes tonight for the rookie.
That was a nice setup by Serge Ibaka. From Russell Westbrook. As soon as he comes off that screen and roll, Bill, he realized that Ibaka has Gary Neal on his back, and he gives him the basketball.
Now, Bonner will come back for the opportunity for
he's come back for offense, and that's why Pop put Danny Green in for defensive purposes on Kevin Durant that last possession. But now you have an offensive possession. Bring Matt Bonner back in. Hopefully you get another 3 ball going into the half.
Ibaka. Comes out to Bonner. Spurs will walk it up, 57-47. Tony Parker out front. Neal, Bonner, green are your shooters. Duncan for the high pick and roll. 7 seconds. Tony splits the defense. Up in the lane. Knocked away by Durant. Out of bounds. And Parker, hopefully okay, took it right in the snods.
Well, that's how you, apparently that's how they're trying to handle Tony Parker. Just splits the defense beautifully. He got hit there by Durant on his way up. Durant is not a dirty player, so he just chalked that up to incidental contact.
Durant was claiming he's swinging his arms as he comes through the lane. Whatever the case, a 20-second timeout. The Spurs an opportunity here to draw up a play, and usually they get a pretty good look out of this situation.
You have 3.4 seconds left, so you don't have a ton of time. You have enough to make a couple of passes there. Tony, the ball hit him.
Yeah, the ball caught him right in the face.
Yeah, I think Durant kind of blocks it into his face. That's what happens. I don't want to mess up that pretty face.
Durant took a bit of a shot there too when his hand came down. So Tony will inbounds, and how about Parker versus Westbrook tonight? Westbrook 8 and 3 assists. Tony 16 and 5 assists.
And Tony doing a nice job getting to the line. He's just been relentless penetrating the basketball.
Talking to Leon Wood as he inbounds. 3.4 to go in the half. Into Timmy. He lost control of it, and Harden may get a shot. That is the end of the first half. So the Spurs, very impressive. 57 first half points against Oklahoma City, and the Spurs doing it with great ball movement and outstanding outside shooting. 9 threes.
Well, they're getting the outside shots because they're doing a great job sharing the ball. They're not trying to force any shots. They're moving that athletic defense side to side.
Stay tuned for the World Car Mazda halftime report. It's coming up next. The Spurs on top by 10.
Welcome to NBA Live. 10 games on the NBA schedule tonight. The Knicks head to Boston to face the Celtics, and a playoff rematch where the Grizzlies play the Thunder in Oklahoma City. All the action is next on NBA Live.
LeBron James spins and scores during this winning stretch. The big three have played like
To 27, they'd be up 6 after 2. Third quarter now, Knicks up 7. Allen with the huge three, 82-79. Boston up 3. And once again, Celtics up by 3, but it's a good steal here by Landry Fields, and the dunk is good. Just a 1-point lead for Boston. 90-89 our score. After one free throw is made by Paul Pierce, misses the second, so 91-89. One more opportunity for the Knicks, but this is not how you draw it up. Bad shot there by Steve Novak. That one does not go. Boston holds on to win by 2. Packed house. Wins by 20. Andrea Bargnani sits for his 11th consecutive game as John Wall and the Wizards travel north of the border. We start in the first quarter, and the Wizards with a good start to the game as well. They're down by 3, but a nice pass from Wall to Jordan Crawford hits it just before the buzzer sounds. Game tied at 22 after 1. Move to the second quarter, Toronto up by 5. JaVale McGee down low, and he powers up for the dunk. Nice move there on Ed Davis. Toronto up by 3, it's 29-26. Later in the quarter, same score, and now it's Toronto's turn. Nice movement in the lane and the big slam there by Amir Johnson off the pick and roll. Toronto up by 5. Toronto up by 6 at that point. They'd be up 10 at the half. Washington trying to steal it, though, here in the third quarter. John Wall hits the jumper. Just a 1-point lead for Toronto. The Raptors now up by 9 and looking for more. Leandro Barbosa hits the long two-pointer. It's 78-67 Toronto. At the end of the third, they'd be up by 11 as well. Now up big. It's a 15-point lead. Ed Davis down low. The layup is around. It's finally knocked out of bounds by Kobe Bryant. Close play here. The ball first went off of Aaron Aflalo, then it went off of Bryant. So Denver with the possession. Great cut there by Nene for the dunk. It's just a 2-point lead again for the Lakers, 91-89. Bryant down low. Andrew Bynum's there, but Nene with a nice defensive play. And the Nuggets get the basketball. One more opportunity, down by 2. Lawson with the ball, gives for Harrington. The step back three-pointer over Metta World Peace is no good. The rebound by Matt Barnes. He'd make 2 free throws. Lakers hold on, win by 4, 93-89. Stan Van Gundy and the Orlando Magic, they're looking for a win against the Cavaliers at home. First quarter, Orlando up 3. Beautiful move by the rookie. Kyrie Irving gets the layup off glass and high off the glass. 1-point lead for Orlando. Move right to the second quarter. Orlando up big, and they get a 3-pointer there from Jason Richardson. 15-point lead for Orlando. We're in the third quarter now, and check out the defense from Dwight Howard, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, with the two-handed block on Omri Caspi. Move to the fourth quarter now. Huge lead still for Orlando, and the foul. It hits a free throw. Minnesota up by just 2. Later in the quarter now, Neto is down 2. And once again, it's Rubio, this time over Chris Humphries. Game tied at 95. T-Wolves continue to fight. Once again, they're down 2. Kevin Love, nice look to Nikola Pekovic. Pekovic had 27 points and 11 rebounds. Game tied at 99. Now it's a 5-point lead for the T-Wolves, and they make a mistake. Morrow with the 3. It counts, and the foul. He hit the free throw. Rick Adelman can't believe it. Minnesota up by 1. For Minnesota, they're up 3 now. One more opportunity for the Nets. Williams loses the handle. It's stolen by Rubio, and that will do it. Minnesota holds on, and they win 108-105. Rick Carlisle and the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Indiana Pacers at home. And this game was a huge one for Dirk Nowitzki. He's been struggling for a while. His first strong game since coming back from taking some time off. A couple of jumpers there, then hits the three-pointer from the top of the arc. Nowitzki had 30 points on the night, a big game for Dirk. We move now to the second quarter, game tied at 44. Vince Carter, acrobatic move inside and a beautiful one on Roy Hibbert. Gets the shot to go. Dallas up by 2. Still in the second quarter, tie game at 50. Jason Terry unties it with the corner 3. Dallas up by 3, 53-50. Move to the third quarter now. Mavericks down 2. Great steal there by Paul George. He had a big game of his own. Slams it down with one hand. Indiana up 61-57. Now we move to the end of the third quarter. It's a 10-point quarter now. Indiana up by 5. Jason Terry on the break gets it blocked by Paul George. Indiana back the other way. A.J. Price with the basketball. Cross-court pass. It's George, and why not? Hits the three-pointer from the wing. 80-72 Pacers. And then later on, it's a 12-point lead for Indiana. George gives over to Danny Granger. Hits the 3. Dallas up by 15. They win by 11. Now it's time for the International Player of the Night. Tonight, the award goes to Timberwolves center Nikola Pekovic from Montenegro. In the Timberwolves win over the Nets, Pekovic had 27 points along with 11 rebounds. Congratulations, Nikola Pekovic, our International Player of the Night. And now it's time for the top 5 plays of the night. At number 5, it's Kobe with the no-look shot.
Baseline. Didn't even look at the hoop. Somehow, some way, Kobe gets it to go.
Coming in at number 4, Dwight Howard protects the glass.
Howard catches up from behind, but he's out of bounds. Thought he was beat. Made a lightning-quick defensive move to block Varejão's shot.
At the number 2 spot, Serge Ibaka rocks the rim.
Nice
rotation, and Ibaka packs it on Gasol. Give the assist to Durant.
Hey, and that is terrific basketball. We just said.
And at number 1, Anthony Morrow with a clutch 4-point play.
Darren Williams against Ridnour. Back for Morrow. He's fouled, and it's good!
The guy who catches it after he inbounds it, you must watch him. And boy, he is just out of this world when it comes to making shots tonight.
That'll do it for NBA Live. Stay tuned as always for more NBA action.
By Frost Bank, banking, investments, insurance. By AT&T. And by Sprite, the official sponsor of refreshment, proud partner of basketball. And welcome back to the AT&T Center. The Spurs wrapping up a 3-game homestand and trying to get their first 4-game winning streak of the season. And at the half, they lead by 10 over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's check in with Joe Reinagle, find out what the coaches are thinking at the break.
Yeah, guys, I talked with the coaching staff, and they said that offensively they're pretty happy with the way that they're being aggressive. Tony Parker doing what he's doing. They want to keep doing that. If there was any criticism or something they want to do better in the second half, it's be more physical on Kevin Durant. Limit what he does, and get Manu Ginobili back in there too. But limit what Kevin Durant does, guard him better, and be more physical on him. That's the main thing we need to watch in the second half, guys.
All right, thanks, Joe. Yeah, we'd love to have a little Manu Ginobili pop in there for the second half. That'd bring a little momentum to the game, wouldn't it? Well, Durant, 8 of 12 from the floor, 17 points. He's only shot 2 free throws so far tonight, Sean. That is certainly a positive, but Durant also has 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block shot. And if you can keep Durant off the line, you can probably live with his 25 or 26.
Yeah, well, because I tell you what, Kawhi Leonard and whoever's guarding him, Danny Green, they've done a great job of not fouling him. And on top of that, they're making him take jump shots. He's not getting all the way in the paint area.
The Spurs get it back here after the miss by Ibaka. Tony Parker. One away from tying Avery Johnson as the all-time assist man in the Spurs history. Tony got to chase at him. Timmy knocks it down.
How about that for the tie right on cue?
And how fitting with the two veterans. Longest running tandem in the league combined on that play. Durant comes right back to answer to pull him back within 10 after the Spurs for a moment had their largest lead of 12.
A lot of those mid-range jump shots for Kevin Durant. You want to force him out even a little bit more if you can, but he hasn't gotten anything in the paint.
Blair to Parker, back to DeJuan, looking for an opening. There is Perkins to gobble it up. Here comes Westbrook. Ibaka and one. Wow. Transition D. Pop says you don't need to ask. It's a key to every game, but particularly against this team.
Yeah, and how many times do we talk about big people that can run? It's a luxury. And that's what makes bigs great. Normally, if they can get up and down the floor, and that's a terrific effort there from Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka gets the and one here after Perkins set it up with a block at the other end. They've blocked 7 shots so far. The Spurs have got 5 blocks tonight, including a couple from Duncan. And Ibaka can't complete the three-point play, but it's an 8-point Spurs lead as Parker has it here. Parker to Duncan. Blair in the paint. Good fake by DeJuan. Got him off the ground, and he'll go to the line.
It's a good job there from DeJuan. A great adjustment. Got his last shot blocked. This time he shows the ball to the shot blockers, gets them off their feet, and uses that body.
10:32 to go third quarter, and Blair to the free throw line. Durant picking up his 3rd foul, by the way. He's got 3. Perkins has 3. Kevin Durant among the league leaders in minutes played all the time. I don't know if I've ever seen him look tired.
No,
I mean,
doesn't look like that type
last
of player.
year, everything, he just seems to be with an endless motor.
Well, you saw him the way he started off this season. He had his legs underneath him. I believe it was the 2nd or maybe 3rd game of the year where he hit that shot against the Dallas Mavericks to win the ball game from about 30 feet. And that tells you right there, a guy who just finished the limited training camp, and he's still out there shooting deep jumpers for the last shot of the ball game. He's in shape.
He had the last 7 last night to wrap up the win on Memphis. Duncan going in hard and draws the foul, and Timmy will shoot a pair of free throws.
I love the effort from Timmy. It's a beautiful ball fake. The defense is expecting him to shoot that ball on the outside, and then he tries to go top shelf against Ibaka.
And kind of like the idea here, too, of the Spurs saying, all right, we hit 9 of 13 from the outside. Chances are you're not going to go 18 for 26 from three-point. So
chances are
the coaches are saying, let's go to the line, let's get to the line, let's get them playing.
Right.
Maybe that becomes a little bit more physical, which they wanted on the other end as well.
And if the three's there, don't be bashful.
Right. Tim hits them both. Spurs by 11. Duncan's got 6 to go with his 6 boards and 2 blocks. Durant over Blair. Duncan bats it away. It'll go back to OKC. Oklahoma City without one of their outstanding defenders in Thabo Sefolosha with a foot injury tonight.
Oh, they're going to call a double foul? Yeah.
Your favorite call, right?
Yeah. Well, my all-time favorite is the double technical. And here's just a simple double foul, which is 2nd on my list. And here it is, these 2 guys right here. It's Durant and Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi trying to put his hands up. Durant trying to hook him.
At least the double technical, some cash comes out of their pocket.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, here I think you're just better off below the whistle and says just say stop it.
Well, Durant picks one up, so has he got 4 now?
That's right. So that comes to the Spurs' advantage. Meanwhile, OKC muscles it up in the lane, and Westbrook makes it a 62-53 ball game as Russell now has 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Great all-around game. Parker for the jumper. Got it! Assist from Kawhi Leonard.
Tony Parker gave that ball up, and as soon as Kawhi catches it, He takes off on a dead sprint from the left side all the way to the right side, and Russell Westbrook had fallen asleep.
Bounced off the back of Jefferson after Westbrook missed it and then tripped up Jefferson. And he's giving a I didn't mean it, but...
Yeah, but I did mean it.
Yeah, it's one of those I didn't mean to get caught looks.
That's right. That's right.
We've all been there, right?
Yeah, you know what? It's always funny to me when, professional athletes, they're highly trained, and they sit out there and they, look at that's a kick. That's Sue all over again. Come on now. You know, you're very much in control of your body. You're not that spastic. You're just not, I'm sorry.
Not the way you've shown your athleticism earlier. Parker back to Duncan for the assist. No, Timmy can't hit, and Durant comes off with it.
The assist and the record on that jumper. He makes it.
Durant for three. Timmy with a board. Spurs 64 to 53, lead by 11. Parker in the paint with a floater, and good. TP racking them up. Timeout Thunder. Parker with 20 now.
If Tony keeps playing at this level right here, it's going to be tough for Oklahoma City to win this ball game. Tony Parker right now absolutely doing it all. Running off screens. This time he gets a screen from Timmy with a floater on the run, no less.
Three, and yeah, you love the signs here as Tony Parker closing in on Avery Johnson on the assist record. Here's another look at some of his great work tonight.
Yeah, what I want to show you here is the floater and just how difficult this shot is. Now, as you run it, Timmy comes in and sets the screen, and right here you freeze it. Look at Tony Parker. He's basically shooting a floater from the free throw line. He's going to land somewhere in this area, and that shows you how his momentum is carrying him toward the basket. You go out there and you try that shot. You're going to throw it up against the glass. You're going to throw air balls. The ball's going to hit the front of the rim, the back of the rim. To put the touch on that without using the glass is remarkable.
Parker wrestles it away. Oh, and he stepped out of bounds as Tony anticipated that pass perfectly and had it from Westbrook.
All right, Tony Parker right now is all in Russell Westbrook's stuff right now. He's all in him. He's putting pressure on him defensively, offensively. He's going at him every single time down the floor. And Tony's heard all these rumblings that Westbrook's going to be named to the All-Star team. It's going to be a reserve. And Tony Parker trying to prove that he also should be mentioned.
Yeah, no question. Let's find out next Thursday. Westbrook the miss. Loose ball comes off. Richard Jefferson. Jefferson, 6 points, 3 rebounds tonight. And shot clock didn't restart. So they stopped the Spurs in mid-break.
Yeah, Pop not too happy about that. He starts getting that look on his face. Somebody's going to get chewed out. That's when I'm always glad I'm over here.
Yeah, we can laugh because it's not our fault.
That's all right.
Parker with it out front. 8:36 to go, third quarter. Tony. Well, Tim thought he was breaking. Now gives it back to him. Weaves his way, spots Jefferson for three. Rattles out to Ibaka. Spurs first miss on the three-point shot here in the second half on their first attempt after going 9 of 13.
Excellent effort, though, again from Tony Parker. He just continues to run the show tonight.
Blair all over Ibaka. Back out to Cook. 7 on the shot clock. Jefferson on to Quan Cook. Blair comes to help. Ibaka. Perkins wins the rebound battle. Knocked away. And out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City basketball. Boy, Spurs played some scrambling defense. Just couldn't secure that rebound. Finish off that possession.
Perkins does a nice job establishing himself underneath, but at this point, he can't really do anything with the basketball. He's not an offensive player. That's Kawhi Leonard getting his hand in there as well.
Timmy knocks it away from Westbrook. Parker. Jefferson. A 2. Cook comes up for the loose one here.
How about that? Tony Parker's had 3 or 4 shots at that assist record. Then Richard, Tim, Richard twice, I believe. And no one's coming through for Tony right now. He's doing an excellent job distributing the basketball.
8 on the shot clock for Westbrook, trying to get Durant loose. And they do, but he can't get it. Rebound off to Duncan. A little bit of a lull here. Thankfully, the Spurs are up 13. This is when Oklahoma City took over the game in OKC. Duncan. And again, great looks, unable to connect. Oklahoma City again, the opportunity to cut into that lead with Durant on the jumper.
Kawhi's just doing a phenomenal job defensively. No other words for it. He's all over Kevin Durant. He's making him take contested jump shots. He's making him work for every look.
Parker on the drive, the step back. Who needs a stinking assist? I'll do it myself.
That's exactly right. You want something done, do it yourself.
Tony pushes the lead to 15, the largest of the night with his 22nd point. Underneath Durant, Leonard got a block, and it comes off to Duncan. Here comes Parker. Timmy. Now Kawhi Leonard. One-on-one, got it blocked.
He had the right idea. He had a little guy on him.
Perkins gives it back out. Oh, Parker going for another steal. Westbrook, he will attack and lay it up and in. There's the problem. If you miss with him, you know where he's going.
Yeah, you better put a body in front of him. He's a terrific finisher at the rim. He will put you on his highlight reel for sure.
Tony Parker still looking for that assist record. And still red hot from the floor. 10 of 14, 24 points for Tony Parker.
Hey, when the other guys aren't making shots, and you're hot, go ahead. No one's going to be mad at you.
Durant, and again, Leonard pawed away and got credit for the steal. Got great hands. Parker, unbelievable shot. And Durant comes off for the rebound here. Spurs will be subbing in a moment. Tony got it right back.
That was just a lazy pass there from Ibaka. Oh, no, sorry, that was Kevin Durant.
Parker, back to Duncan. For the record breaker, got it! Franchise leader, all time in assists, as Duncan the bucket, Tony Parker with the assist.
Somebody was telling secrets over there because Tony Parker looks like he knows.
Move over, little general.
Yeah, somebody must have been whispering in his ear. One more assist, you have the record. And you can see his reaction after Timmy hit that shot. And you can see Tim's reaction as well. Tony Parker again sucking in the defense. Timmy takes his time sizing that one up. And you see Tony's reaction.
Avery Johnson's record is broken. Tony Parker, the new all-time assist leader. Got a standing ovation during that timeout as the Spurs have upped the lead to 17, and Parker passing Avery Johnson on the all-time assist lead for the franchise lead. James Harden quiets him down as he hits the jump shot, and Harden now in double figures with 10. Durant leads them with 19. Westbrook has 12, 10 each for Ibaka and Harden. Underneath, Kawhi Leonard slips loose. He's got 15 points now.
He got a great screen from Matt Bonner, and he wasn't picked up, and Tim Duncan with great court awareness to drop that ball off.
Harden gives it right back to Westbrook. 4:09 to go, third quarter. Here comes Westbrook. Oh, a spectacular shot, but he couldn't finish it. Out of bounds, Spurs basketball. Tell you what, they're really contending inside on the defensive end.
Yes, they are. They're getting hands up. They're contesting every shot. They're going after every single loose ball and rebound.
Scott Brooks looking on, his ball club finishing up a back-to-back. Last night they had to come from down in the fourth quarter to win 101-94. They outscored Memphis by 15. You cannot relax against this Thunder team. They're explosive. Parker to Green. For three! Danny Green knocks it down, and the Spurs lead it by 20.
And once again, it's number 9, Tony Parker, doing his duty. Just sucking in that defense. They can't stop him. They haven't figured out how to stop him on the screen and roll yet.
Harden knifes his way to the bucket, got the foul called on Bonner.
And Tony Parker, and you look at Ibaka jumping out there to try to help out Westbrook. Tony goes left. The defense isn't there. They're forced to suck in. Danny Green's man has to go and save the day. Keep Tony Parker from getting a layup, and that frees him up.
Green, who averages just under 8, has now got a half dozen. Green shooting 38% from the arc on the season, as former North Carolina standout saw his old coach here earlier this week when Roy Williams showed up. And he had a bit of a slow start in that game, but he turned it on, and the Spurs trying to finish this homestand unbeaten after taking care of Houston and come from behind style, then New Orleans with a fourth quarter push, and now the best in the league here, the Thunder, and the Spurs winning at 77-59 after the Harden free throws. Oh, Bonner had a notion. To Parker. Tony finishes it, give the Red Rocket an assist.
I'm telling you, Tony Parker is wearing out the defense right now. If he's not screening, he's not rolling to the basket, he's showing off that teardrop.
Westbrook quickly answers. He's got 14. Parker with 26. Correct that. 28 for TP. And the guards just going back and forth.
That man is on a mission right now. He's playing his best game of the year by far.
And the crowd getting into it. As always, here at the AT&T Center. HEB with the hustle stats. Westbrook on the drive. Not this time. Bonner, and he's tied up, but a foul on Westbrook. So remember, Durant's got 4, and now Westbrook with 4 fouls.
And he's getting all emotional. And he's one of those guys, he'll let his emotions bring his game down. He's playing mad out there.
Harden comes over to say, "Would you like some of my beard?" And pull him away. How about Tony, though?
Well, he just puts Collison on roller skates, backing up the big fella and dropping him off.
20 as they own the quarter, 24-14 with 2:53 to go. And Tony Parker, yes, number 9 is the story.
Yeah, but you watch here. Matt Bonner's going to come and set a screen, and watch Kawhi Leonard. He's going to go off, and you have 2 guys that should help out and at least bump Kawhi. And right here, watch here, you freeze it. Look at Matt Bonner. Look at Ibaka. He's out of position because he knows if he helps out, Matt Bonner's going to go to the wide open spot and get an open 3 ball, so he doesn't bump Kawhi Leonard. Neither does James Harden underneath, and Kawhi gets an easy layup. That's where you have guys that break down, their trust breaks down on the defensive end of the floor. They're not going to help each other out. Ibaka's not going to help out. He's afraid Matt Bonner's going to get a 3, and Harden is just asleep at the wheel.
And that's why Oklahoma City is so talented, and they get along great, but they still are somewhat inexperienced, and sometimes that trust will break down a little bit.
That's exactly right. Hey, we had 2 years here where we had the best record in the NBA, and we didn't win the NBA championship. It's not a given. You've got to prove it during the playoffs, not just the regular season.
Tony, and it's a foul, yeah. Tony lost control of it, and James Harden picked up the foul. So the Spurs in the bonus, and Parker to the line with 2:28 to go. Harden taking a swipe there.
Yeah. And usually you're not going to be successful trying to swipe the ball away from Tony Parker in the open court.
Parker, a season high now, 29 points. That betters the 28 that he had against Houston on the 11th of January, as Tony Parker coming off an 18.7 assist game against New Orleans. Tony had 26 against Houston the game before that. And now a 30-point performance, and the Spurs have pushed the lead to 22. Durant tip, but it still gets to Cook. He misses the 3, and Splitter the rebound.
Take your time here. Run a little bit of clock. Close this third quarter out in style.
Oklahoma City's 2 of 10 from 3. The Spurs are 10 of 15. Tony, and hard to the floor, is fouled again.
Reggie Jackson. All over Tony's back, and it doesn't matter who you throw on him right now. Here's Jackson. He gets a little piece of Tony Parker. It's been Westbrook all night long. He's been getting torched. Tony very well could go for 40 here. Pop leaves him in the ball game.
Well, and the Spurs, what you hope is that they can finish out this quarter strong, Sean, add to this lead, get a few to start the fourth quarter, and not have to play all these guys.
That's exactly right. Have Tim Duncan remain on the bench.
The Spurs have not had back-to-back days off since the start of the season, and they will get that twice on the rodeo road trip. After the Wednesday game in Philly, they don't play again until Saturday in New Jersey, and after that game, they don't play again until Tuesday in Detroit. Pop said it might be the first real practice we'll have since the season started.
Exactly right.
Better yet, they'll get the chance to get their legs back, relax a little bit. 3 the other way is good, as Jackson gets the bucket. Durant the assist, and it's 85-64. Parker in the paint. Oh, he missed it. Kawhi bounces out to Bonner, and Tony will reset. Thiago, Bonner, deep 3. Oh yeah, the Red Rocket. It's as big as the ocean right now, as the Spurs are an incredible 11 of 16, 69% from 3.
And Bill, what do you do with a big man like that in Thiago Splitter, who cuts down the lane, occupies the defense? As soon as he catches it, he tosses it back out to a wide open 3-point shooter.
Cook the miss, got his own, and a foul. DeQuan Cook there, effort. He certainly knew that shot was off, went right after it, timed it perfectly. But how about the Spurs at the other end, as Bonner knocks down another triple, and Cook goes to the free throw line here with an 88-64.
We talk about it all the time, having a mobile big man. There's Thiago, he cuts down the lane. Look at, he sucks in 3 guys and tosses it out to Matt Bonner. He's not going to try to force up the shot. Instead, he's going to find his shooters on the perimeter, and that's just going to make the game easier for him later on.
Tony Parker getting another ovation with a season-high 30 points, but also the 8 assists, putting him over as the franchise leader, a career assist, passing Avery Johnson tonight. 88-65. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Green. Back to Bonner. A little bit behind him. A reset. And on the shot, Thiago in the lane. A little bit off balance on that pass as Oklahoma City will bring it right back.
They're still trying to figure out working that screen and roll with Danny Green or with Gary Neal.
Kevin Durant takes it right to the rack and we'll go to the line. Durant, so far tonight, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. But remember, Durant tonight at the half had 15 or 17. So Kevin Durant, he had a couple of looks inside, Sean, and Kawhi Leonard blocked one and then pried the ball loose on another that normally would be dunks.
And it looked like Kawhi had fallen asleep there on those 2 plays. As a matter of fact, the second time Durant caught the ball, the coaching staff got off the bench getting ready to yell, and Kawhi strips the ball from Durant.
May have saved himself from being
That's
subbed.
exactly right.
Neal can't hit the 3. Rebound comes off to Durant. At 88-67. Spurs led by 10 at the half.
And Matty's got to be careful. He's trying to shade Kevin Durant to the right side, relying his own defense.
He puts it right in the hands of the shooter, and Cook knocks down the triple. 10 seconds to go. Oklahoma City, a late charge here. Third quarter winding down. Splitter in the paint. Blocked. And a disappointing end to a great third quarter until the final minute and a half.
No question, they gave up a few too many points there. And that's going to make you wonder if Tim and Tony are going to come back in the fourth.
Yeah, the Spurs were up 88-64 in the last 7. The last 6 go the other way. But how about Tony Parker? Career assist leader for the Silver and Black. Spurs 88-70 after 3. On Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Taco Cabana, by Valero, the All-American gasoline all across America, by HEB with low prices and a passion for quality. Here, everything's better. And by Pizza Hut, your favorites, your Pizza Hut. Boy, better get your order in early tomorrow for that Super Bowl. You want your Pizza Hut delivered on time. What a day. And the Spurs were like nothing better than to head to Memphis with a victory over the league's best team record-wise as they start their rodeo road trip and watch Memphis play Boston tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning in Boston.
That's right. How about that?
Well, the Spurs wait for the Monday night meeting against the Grizz. Thiago, good look, wouldn't go. Punch back out. Jefferson. Spurs need a bucket here to calm things down, to kind of stop that OKC momentum.
That's exactly right.
And Collison comes out. They're trying to obviously get it out of Parker's hands in a non-scoring position.
Yeah, they're going to try to trap him and make him get the ball out of his hands, get it out of the trap, and try to recover and make somebody else beat you.
Neal. The floater hit the side, out of play. Last touch by Oklahoma City. Yep, they say they got a piece of it, so Spurs will get another opportunity. Eleven on the shot clock. Green to Parker. Got around 2 in the paint. No stopping Tony Parker tonight, as Parker said, I'll take care of stopping that momentum. And Tony, with a little jump hook to add to his game, he's got 34.
Oh, he gets a great screen again from Thiago, and then it's 1-on-1. Tony Parker gets Nick Collison.
And Jackson answers the other way. And Reggie Jackson, he had 11 points against the Spurs for his career high in the first meeting. Jackson, big 3 earlier. Green to Thiago. Get the big guy going against Collison. Right. Tough defender, though. Thiago will go to the free throw line. Maybe there he'll get a chance for a little rhythm. The splitter had 16 with 7 boards in the win against New Orleans.
And I like that. You have a big lead right now. Don't start just jacking shots up there. Go ahead and run it through to your big fella and let him go to work. He's going to get you a couple free throws, some fouls, and he's going to score.
Thunder 9-3 on the road. They lost in Dallas. Of course, they won in Dallas. And they lost at Washington and the Clippers on the road. Best Western Hotels of Texas and Fox Sports Southwest want to send you and a guest to Dallas to see the Spurs meet the Mavs March 17th. Visit Spurs.com, keyword Best Western, and you can enter and catch the Spurs all month long on Fox Sports Southwest. It's courtesy of Best Western, the world's biggest hotel family, and Fox Sports Southwest. Thiago. 1 of 2 to make it 91-72. He's got 5. Jackson hits another 3. And the Thunder cannot relax against this bunch. 91-75. Jerry Neal with it out front.
Yeah, if they continue this little run, you're going to see Durant and Westbrook probably back in this ball game to try to close the gap even more.
Parker. And got fouled inside as he tried to weave his way to the basket once again. Pop-up coaching his bunch. He's been more active than ever this season. And I guess some of it is the younger guys, the infusion of talent, and trying to, you have to teach them on the fly.
Yeah, it's re-energized him for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't have practice to do it. 7 on the shot clock.
I think Pop just really relishes trying to teach these young players. And he's been, he's been very patient with them. I saw him in film session in Minneapolis. Oh, that's going to count. That's a mistake.
That's a goaltend because the ball was on the way down after the foul was called, even though it wasn't going in.
Yeah, but you still can't touch it.
That's right.
I know Danny Green is trying to be aggressive here. And that ball was going to be well short.
91-77.
It was below the rim almost. And there's Dick Bavetta saying, well, you know, what can I do? That's the rule.
And Harden gets the three-point play. Papa called a timeout here.
Right now, the Spurs aren't scoring, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're making big shots, most of them for 3, so closing the gap. Pop needs to rally his troops.
24-point lead's been cut to 13. Our AT&T connection tonight, it's all about Tony Parker connecting with Tim Duncan.
Well, like he's done, record. Yeah, like he's done pretty much all night long, setting the table for everybody else, and Tim Duncan finally giving Tony the record. And you can see, it looks like everybody out there on the court was aware of the situation. Even after Timmy hits that, he yells something at Tony, and you can see Tony's reaction.
Tony having a career year assist-wise at 7.6. His best ever was 6.9 in the 09 season. Here's Parker, 10 on the shot clock.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and did I mention he's got a season high 36 points now.
Hey, that time he put Reggie Jackson in the blender. Beautiful inside-out dribble. Jackson almost falls on his butt.
Harden is fouled on a three-pointer. Danny Green has made two costly mistakes here. Their best free throw shooter gets to shoot three. He gave him an and one on a block play.
Yeah.
Very unlike Danny, too.
Yeah.
He's such a smart player.
Yeah, he is. But sometimes, you know, when you get aggressive and you're going to hustle, you're going to err and you're going to make a few mistakes. I'm not so sure. I think James Harden does a great job selling that foul. You know, Danny hits him in his hand.
If you touch the beard, is it part of the body?
That's right.
If that's the case, that thing keeps growing. My gosh, you could swipe at the ball and not come close to it. It'd be a foul. It's hanging down to his belly button.
It looks like it's its own separate entity.
That's right. Give it a number.
I wonder what he hides in that thing.
Unfortunately, it's all three free throws, so Harden, who's averaging 16 a game, he's got 18 tonight, and a hooking foul called the other way against OKC. Our McDonald's stat tonight, Tony Parker passing Avery Johnson, 4,476 career assists for Parker. As Tony, still 29 years old and 11th year in the league. Going to work again, double clutch. Bounces out, and it is saved by Harden.
Spurs have to get some stops here, Bill.
Yeah, you got to play some D. Get a little bit more rhythm offensively. Harden inside Collison. Shot won't go from Cook. Bonner, strong rebound. Lays it off for Gary Neal. Neal, splitter, Green, Bonner, and Parker on the floor. Green fires for three, short. Rebound, OKC. Spurs now shooting 45% of the night. They've hit 11 of 18 from three. The Thunder 5 of 15 from three, but overall 46%. Cook wants a triple here and got it.
And he can make that all night.
And the Spurs continue to see that lead dwindle. Remember, they were up 24, 88-64. And since then have scored just 5 points. Parker makes it 7 to Tony. One-man act right now, 38.
He's been your most consistent offense by far. And right now, it's not a bad plan to keep the ball in his hands.
Oh, Harden lost it in traffic, and a foul is called.
I don't like that one at all. He lost it with his back to Thiago Splitter. Dick Bavetta, maybe Dick's going to straighten him out here.
Pop's asking for Bavetta's help. And
look at that. How you can't ask Thiago Splitter to play better defense than this. James Harden gets rewarded.
Wow.
At least he's not going to shoot it. At least they're going to take the ball out on the side.
Duncan in for Thiago Splitter. As Tim comes back with 8 points, 11 boards, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal.
I really thought, you know, Tony Parker's consistent on the offensive end, and you throw the ball and you have a big lead. Throw it down to Thiago. Let him work and eat up some clock in the low block.
And on the shot clock, Jackson coming behind Collison. Short, rebound off to the Spurs, Danny Green. He'll give to Tony Parker. Green, 6 points, a couple of boards. Tony brings it up. 38 points for Parker. In the paint. Correction, 40 for Tony Parker.
I think somebody said he might get 40 tonight if Pop kept him in the ball game.
And Tony trying to take the Spurs to the big win tonight.
Bill, he was just on 30 a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
He might get 50 the way he's going right now. They simply can't stop him. The teardrop is in effect. The outside jumper, the penetration to the basket. Tony Parker putting on an all-star performance.
Let's check in with Kimberly Crawford. Just a shame she's not excited. Come on.
It's like Tony Parker out there.
Oh, my gosh. How charming is that? I'll tell you. It is great. There's so much fun to be had here at Spurs games, the AT&T Center. Better get your tickets now when they come back on the 29th against Chicago. Parker picks the pocket there of Harden as he got clock dribbling in traffic. Tony to Green for three. Off to Collison on the rebound, and OKC comes right back.
Great pass from Tony Parker once again. This is as well as I've seen him play in a long time.
And the Thunder turns it over. Well, the Spurs, they won the first quarter by 4. They won the second by 6. Then they won the third by 8 until Oklahoma City came back here in the fourth. And now, it's kind of in a swing position. The Spurs go ahead and get a clinching couple of shots here, make a little run. Timmy. Knocked out of bounds, Spurs basketball.
Give Danny Green some credit for staying in on that play and forcing the pressure. He had 3 Thunder players come together and lose that ball.
Boy, he does that like a veteran.
He really does.
About it. Even if they score, he's going to hang around, tries to stop the offense from maybe getting a quick one or maybe getting a steal.
Or he gets a steal himself, or pokes the ball away. We saw him the other night force, who was it? Somebody to step inbounds with the basketball, and that led to a turnover. 2 or 3 games ago, might have been Dallas.
Parker to inbounds. 6:51 to go. Neal to Timmy, back to Tony Parker. Parker with 40 on the night, 16 of 25 from the floor, 8 assists, couple steals, couple rebounds. Duncan to Green, going to the basket, blocked. Tim claims it, lost it. Last touch by the men in blue. San Antonio basketball. Remember, the Thunder came from behind last night, down 8 late, won against Memphis. Jefferson's pass out front is stolen away.
He was in a position where he probably could have laid that ball up.
Long jumper won't go. Rebound, Richard. Ibaka's presence is like you've just got this huge cover over the basket. And He's like this human fly swatter in there that as soon as people go in there, it's like, where is he?
He's intimidating. He's always in the back of your mind.
Parker the miss. Duncan claims the rebound. Out to Jefferson and back to Tony. He'll attack again. He kicks to Timmy. He misses. Got his arm, goes up, and lays it in.
Oh, Timmy just staying with the play. It's been extremely difficult in this fourth quarter to put the ball in the basket, but Tim Duncan stays after it, is rewarded.
And the crowd rewards with a standing O as the Spurs trying to get on a run. Westbrook to answer and does with a three. 99-87 as Westbrook was 17 tonight, 8 of 15 shooting. Duncan just 4 of 15 tonight, but he does have 13 rebounds.
Oh, yeah, 4 or 5 3 balls in this quarter.
Yeah,
the Thunder, that's all they've been taking. They've been taking a lot of threes and making them.
Here comes Durant, and he gets the foul call on Jefferson. 99-87. Durant will go back to the free throw line. Kevin Durant tonight, 21 and 11, 4 assists, 4 blocks for Durant. He's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Hey folks, Greater San Antonio Kia retailers are offering a great deal. You purchase or lease any new 2011 or 2012 Kia vehicle, you'll receive 2 tickets to 5 Spurs home games. Offers only good while supplies last, so hurry now. Kia, official partner of the San Antonio Spurs. Subject to full rules available at Spurs.com, keyword Kia.
Oh, how about that free throw from Kevin Durant?
Oh, rear miss.
Wide left.
Yeah. Tony stuck on 40 now.
I think, he might be getting a little tired because he was a whirlwind in that third quarter.
Harden draws the foul, and now Oklahoma City being the aggressor, getting the foul calls, getting to the free throw line.
The Spurs are faltering on the offensive end of the floor, and every time down for the Thunder, they're either getting a 3 ball, 3 free throws, an and 1, or they're getting 2 free throws. So they're having all kinds of opportunities on this end of the floor.
I want to remind you to start your day Monday morning with San Antonio's #1 morning news, Ken's 5 Eyewitness News. You can win a $100 super shopping spree. Join Sarah Fragani and Fred Lozano for live breaking news all across San Antonio and the surrounding areas. Harden misses again. Don't forget, lighter plays the weather, instant traffic, and 4 chances to win a $100 shopping spree. That's Monday morning, 4:30, only on Ken's 5 Eyewitness News. Green. Spurs lead, cut to 10. Need a bucket and not a turnover as that pass behind Timmy.
Yeah, Tony Parker's a little tired. He's giving the ball up now. Whenever he gives it up, he's got to get it back. Almost Steve Nash. Everybody else that has the ball right now, Bill, they're making mistakes with it. They're not doing the right thing. It's not just Danny. It was Tim before that. It was Richard before that. And Tony Parker's got to control the basketball from here on out.
Fortunately, Westbrook lost control, turned it over. They've turned it over 12 times. Spurs have turned it over 9. Parker in the paint, and he is fouled. It's on Serge Ibaka. And Tony Parker will get a pair of free throws here.
And this is big. It's the fact that the Spurs are in the penalty. Yeah, now they get a foul. They get 2 free throws instead of having to work so hard for every basket.
Parker with 40 points. Tony 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 16 of 27 from the floor. Knocks the first one down. 188. Kawhi Leonard will come back for the Spurs. Couple of finals. Philadelphia beats Atlanta tonight, 98-87. The Spurs will meet a vastly improved Philly team on that rodeo road trip.
Yes.
Clippers ripped Washington 107-81. And how about the Dallas Mavericks tonight? They fall to the Cleveland Cavaliers as the Cavs knock off the Mavs 91-88 despite 24 from Nowitzki.
And the Mavs lost last night as well to Indiana, didn't they?
That's right. The Pacers, I think, are legit.
Paul George. Now, we know about one George over there, George Hill, but no one knows about Paul George.
Durant with a miss, Duncan with a rebound. Yeah, Indiana, their road record is what's impressive. I think there's something like 10-5 already on the road.
They got a good young nucleus.
Here is Parker. Inside 4 minutes to go. Boy, they're coming after him.
Timmy.
And one! Tony, so you gonna triple team me? I'll just rack up another assist, right, Avery?
That's exactly right. You have to call little Napoleon out there. Tony Parker running the show. And Kevin Durant gets caught on the outside of that play. He's trying to hold close to Gary Neal, not give him too much space. He's in no man's land. He can't commit all the way to Tim Duncan. So he's on Timmy's back as Timmy's going to the rim. That's not good enough.
You mentioned the Pacers. They did lose tonight. Orlando beat them 85-81. Howard 27. Timmy gets the three-point play here, and Duncan now with 13 and 15 rebounds. So another double-double for Tim Duncan in his 15th year. Westbrook draws the foul. Couple more free throws.
Those are great switches at the top of the key. You had Tony, Gary, and Kawhi there, all switching their men up, and Westbrook tries to take Kawhi Leonard to the rim, and that just shows you how athletic he is, the fact that he's able to get that shot up.
Our Whataburger What's Next Rodeo Road Trip starts Monday at Memphis, 7 o'clock on Fox Sports Southwest, 6 o'clock with the early start from Philly on Wednesday, and then Saturday, speaking of Avery Johnson, his New Jersey Nets and the Spurs right here on Kings 5 at 7 o'clock. That'll be called interference there, and the Spurs will get the ball back.
That is a nice move by Ibaka on the free throw line. So it slips right in between Timmy. Thankfully, that ball's still inside the cylinder.
Stays 104-90. Parker, off balance, shot won't go this time, and it comes off to Daquan Cook. And here's Harden. You know they're going to continue to try to attack and get to the line unless it's Cook for three. Nope. Gary Neal swoops in for the rebound.
Now take your time here. Even that last shot from Tony Parker was a little quick.
Speaking of Avery Johnson, his Nets lost to the Knicks tonight, 99-92.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker for him.
Lynn, the leading scorer for the Knicks with 25, the Harvard kid.
Really?
How about that? Duncan swings it to Jefferson. Wants a triple. Got a triple! RJ! And the Spurs go up 17. Thunder wants a timeout with inside 3 to go.
How about that big ugly man at power forward? He knows who's on the court with him. He has great court awareness. As soon as he feels that defender on his back, he realizes that's got to be Richard's man. He can see everybody else on the floor in front of him. As soon as he feels that man on his back, he knows that Richard is open.
Jefferson's got 9. The Spurs lead 17 now. By World Car Mazda for a lifetime. by Frost Bank, banking, investments, insurance, and by Whataburger. Welcome back to the AT&T Center as the Spurs trying to finish off the high-flying Oklahoma City Thunder, who came in with the best record in the league at 18-4. Tony Parker with a season-best 42 points has just been absolutely stellar tonight. In the lane, it's Cole Aldridge with a dunk, the former Kansas standout.
Oh, look at Coach Brooks there, basically throwing out the white towel, waving the white flag. That's how you save your guys right there. He realizes, you know, we couldn't get over the hump. I'm not going to keep Durant and Westbrook and Harden out here any longer.
Neal misses the three. Rebound comes off to Jackson. 2:20 to go. Neal goes for the steal, almost had it, but instead got the foul. And Lazar Hayward, the 25-year-old out of Marquette, second-year player, will go to the free throw line. Hayward averages a point and a rebound a game. Played in now 10 games this season. What was that fan? Some fan just yelled something, and Dick Bavetta just turned right around and answered it.
He said he loved him. He said, "I love you, Mr. Bavetta." And of course, Dick is there to answer. He's always having fun with the crowd.
You know, something that people should remember, especially a guy like Dick Bavetta, who I'm sorry I don't know how many years he's officiated, but it's absolutely incredible. The condition of that man is amazing. And people forget the refs are reffing more too.
Yes,
I mean,
they are.
They're on this travel grind. They don't have home games. And it's amazing the guy's energy that he's got.
I'm sure they're beating up a little bit.
Kawhi Leonard kicks it out, deflected. Tony will gather it in 3 seconds. Gotta fire a deep three. Surprised it didn't go in. And again, Kawhi got a hand on it, but it goes out of bounds this time. And James Anderson, DeJuan Blair, and Corey Joseph come in, and Parker should get an ovation. Tony Parker, a sensational record-setting night, 42 points, and with the assist total of 9 tonight, he passes Avery Johnson as the team's all-time assist leader as well.
I think he's made his point. No question about it.
And all-star voters, which are the coaches at this point, the substitutes, take notice.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And I think they also will notice, unlike fans, and it's not necessarily the fans' job, Tony has had pressure on him since Bonnie's gone down. He's had to score.
That's right.
And be able to determine when to dish it off.
That's exactly right. It's a fine line. At that point guard position, Tony Parker's got to spread the wealth. He's got to keep everybody happy. And he's got to score the basketball. You saw what happened today when he went away from himself and started passing. No one was making shots.
Yeah.
About 4 or 5 shots in a row that we missed. And Tony has to take it upon himself to fatten the lead back up.
Jumper from the wing won't go. Last time Tony had 40-plus points was in the 09 playoffs against the Dallas Mavericks when he had that 42-point performance. Of course, Parker's career high is the 55, the double nickel that set the target center record up in Minnesota. Neal the miss. Anderson, a big-time board, got swiped, but it goes out of bounds to San Antonio.
That's a nice play from James. He's been sitting for so long, and to come off the bench and warm up that quickly.
Spurs going to go to 16-9, stay with the best NBA home record at 13-1, and maintain their leadership in the Southwest Division.
You know how I am with my Spurs glasses on all the time, Bill. And coming back home after that Memphis game, I wasn't so sure that we could win all 3 here at home, especially with the thought that Pop would rest Tim Duncan on one of these nights. We weren't sure which one, and instead he plays Timmy every night, and the Spurs win every ball game. With a heroic performance tonight from Tony Parker. And that's what you want to do. You always want to win that last home game before you take to the road. You want that winning feeling.
And their season best 4-game winning streak now. So a lot of positives here tonight as they'll wind it down after the bucket by Jackson. Spurs 107-96. They even the season series with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They'll just play 3 times this year. The final meeting will be in Oklahoma City in March. But the Spurs knock off the NBA's best team. They fall to 18-5. The Spurs go to 16-9 on a huge night for Tony Parker as the Spurs win at 107-96, 42 points from the Spurs' all-time assist leader.